I'm open to evidences. So, for example, empirical evidence, right? So, if God shows up tomorrow or like right now, I would be convinced that God exists, right?
So, do you understand that this is limited to nature, empiricism?
Yeah.
Is God natural or supernatural? If you ask the king of Brunei to empirically prove he existed by coming to you, do you think that would be reasonable? Who are you? That you do this and God comes running? Is this what you're asking for?
I'm open to evidences. So, for example, empirical evidence, right? So, if God shows up tomorrow or like right now, I would be convinced that God exists, right? Or if you have any kind of like rational or logical reason behind why the God with omni properties exists, then I would be open to listening to you. But the evidences which I have seen, right? I mean,
Sorry, 1 second. You said two things that are contradictory. One point, you said that you are a rational person.
yes. I hope so.
And then, okay, good. That's good. I'm glad. But you also said you want empirical evidence for God, yes?
Empirical evidence is one of the evidences. I'm open to all kind of evidences.
No, but do you understand why that's a contradiction? This is what we call an oxymoron. Do you understand this or not?
No. So why do you think that it's an oxymoron to say to demand for the empirical evidence of God?
Okay, so what is God in any way accessible in terms of assessing empirically? In the sense that I mean, let's define a term. What do you mean by empiricism? What empirical evidence? Let's get that. So just in case we're talking about different things.
Yeah.
What do you mean by empirical?
Okay, so at a very high level and at a very broader level, right? Empiricism can be something that you can experience one way or the other.
What do you clarify more? So you're talking about senses, you're talking about sight, touch, hearing, seeing. What are you talking about?
Anyway, right? So senses, yeah, you can say. I mean, I know that senses, you cannot trust your senses, but again, like when it comes to empiricism, you can also think of observation, induction, deduction, these kind of techniques. So
Okay.
senses is only one of the things. Yeah.
Sure. So do you understand that this is limited to nature, empiricism?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Is God natural or supernatural?
So again, being an agnostic, I'm operating in the realms of possibilities. So one possibility which I can conceive is that God being all powerful, maybe he can take some kind of a natural form in order to convince someone. So that is one possibility I'm operating under.
So I just want to understand. So what you're saying is that, so what you've done is, in your answer, is actually avoid the question. I'll explain why. You're saying that God becomes natural so that he can be assessed. This is avoiding the question. The question is God natural or supernatural?
Both are possibilities for me.
Both are possibilities. Okay.
Yes.
Evidence this, please.
I mean, so that's why I'm saying, right? I'm in an exploration phase, and I don't have any evidence.
1 second, brother. Sorry. This seems to be like a get out statement that you make every time we have a conversation. Every time we have a point.
But I'm being sincere, right? I'm being honest to you.
Let's explore this. I want to explore. Yeah. Let's have the exploration phase. Yeah.
Yeah. Sure.
I want you to explore the statement you made about God being both.
No, I didn't say that. Sorry, I didn't say that. What I'm saying is God being all powerful, right? If he decides to, for example, God, as you said, right? God is all knowledgeable. If God is all knowledgeable, he knows that if he can, show up himself in front of me, I'll be convinced. So if he knows that, and if he's all powerful, he would show himself in front of me and convince
none
me.
of that follows, Mahesh.
Why?
No. You have to show why it follows. It doesn't follow. If you're saying that God can show himself to me, if he's all powerful, he would show himself to me.
Yeah.
So how do you? Why? Let me give you an example. This is a silly example, so I apologize. Yeah. Do you believe that the King of Brunei exists?
Based on the falsifiable testimonies, yes.
You do believe, yeah?
Based on falsifiable testimony, yeah.
Okay, so that means you're not sure, right?
I'm not sure, yeah.
Okay. If you demanded for the king of Brunei to come and show himself to you, would he come to show himself to you?
But I don't think that this is
No,
good
it's exactly.
analogy.
No, this is exactly.
It's not.
I'll explain why.
I don't
If you
think it's
ask,
a good analogy.
no,
Yeah.
I'll explain why. I know you don't agree with the analogy, but I'm going to explain why it's good. If you ask the king of Brunei to empirically prove he existed by coming to you, would you think? Do you think that would be reasonable?
The analogy which you presented, it might not be reasonable.
Yeah. Why not?
Because being a limited human being, the king may have some other businesses to do.
Yeah.
So I don't know if he would serve my request.
So let me rephrase that. Who are you? The God that you do this and God comes running? Is this what you're asking for?
Not really.
This is exactly what's being asked for.
So is it too much? Is it too much to ask? Is it too much to ask?
Mahesh,
Sorry. Yeah,
this goes back to the epistemic. We had epistemic humbleness.
Yes.
Humbleness about the knowledge that God would have, that allows God to see things that we can't see and know things that we can't know. Just like you have for the dentist who's pulling out your tooth. You don't know what they're doing is actually necessary or not, but you have some epistemic humbleness towards their knowledge, and you allow them to carry out this thing because you have faith in their knowledge base.
Yes.
In the same way, if you're looking for evidence of the Creator, demanding a personal miracle, I would say, is unreasonable, Mahesh.